G'day legends, welcome back to Power Wheels, the channel where we dive deep into the world of cars that get the heart racing and the tires burning. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and chuck us a like, because today we are talking about something truly wild, a machine that doesn't just play the same game as the big players, it changes the rules completely. We are talking about the 2025 Donkervoort F22, and let me tell why this beast is one of the most hardcore drivers cars ever built. Forget the fancy marketing spin you get from big brands. This thing is about pure, raw driving, the sort of car that makes you feel alive every single time you touch the throttle. Now, a bit of background for those of you who might not be as familiar. Donkervoort is a small Dutch carmaker, family-owned, that's been making ultralight, track-focused sports cars since the late 70s. Their philosophy has always been about building cars that put the driver first. None of this tech nanny business, no weighty nonsense, just brutal performance, extreme lightness, and a connection between car and driver that you just can't get anywhere else. Over the years, they've become cult favorites, especially among enthusiasts who value raw feel over comfort. And now, in 2025, they've dropped the F22, their most ambitious and advanced creation yet. First off, let's talk about how it looks. The F22 is not like your average sports car. It's not trying to be a Ferrari or a Lambo. This thing is low, wide, and mean. The design screams performance, with those sharp angles, flared wheel arches, and that signature Donkervoort open-wheel style at the front. It's the sort of car that looks fast even when it's parked. Painted in that deep metallic blue, under showroom lights or out on the street, it just oozes presence. People stop and stare, not because it's flashy, but because it's so different, so unapologetically aggressive. And let's be honest, you want a car like this to turn heads. But looks are only half the story. What really makes the 2025 Donkervoort F22 special is what's under the skin. The whole car is built around lightness. Donkervoort uses advanced carbon fiber technology, including something they call X-Core Carbon, which keeps the car ridiculously strong but feather light. The F22 tips the scales at under 800 kilos. Think about that. Most modern supercars weigh well over 1,400 kilos. Even lightweight sports cars like the Alpine A110 or the Lotus Emira are nowhere near this level. That weight saving alone makes the F22 something special. Pair that with the power under the bonnet and you've got a recipe for absolute madness. Speaking of power, the F22 runs an Audi-sourced 2.5-litre turbocharged 5-cylinder engine. That's right, the same sort of engine that powers the RS3 and TDRS, but tuned and fiddled by Donkervoort to pump out close to 500 horsepower. In a car that weighs less than a ton, that's just insane. The power-to-weight ratio is right up there with the fastest hypercars in the world, but this thing is still small, analogue, and built to thrill. You're talking about a 0 to 100 sprint in under 3 seconds. And it's not just the straight line shove either. Because it's so light, the way it corners, the way it changes direction, is just razor sharp. You don't drive the F22, you wear it. The suspension and steering are all about feel. No electric power steering here, no drive modes to numb the experience. It's raw, mechanical, and alive in your hands. The feedback through the wheel is something you don't get in modern cars anymore. Every bump, every change in grip, you feel it. And because the car is so light, the tires and brakes don't have to work as hard, which means the performance lasts longer, lap after lap, without fade. It's that old-school racing car feel but with modern engineering and safety. Inside, you're not going to find big touchscreens or luxury features. The cabin is stripped back but functional. Lightweight bucket seats hold you tight, there's carbon fiber everywhere, and the layout is driver-focused. It's got just enough to be usable on the road, but make no mistake, this is a cockpit built for driving, not lounging. The steering wheel, the gear shifter, the pedals, everything is positioned to make the driver feel at one with the car. It's not a luxury grand tourer, it's a weapon. And for the right driver, that's exactly what you want. One of the things that makes the F22 really special, though, is that Donkervoort hasn't just built it for the track. Unlike some ultralight track cars that can barely survive on real roads, the F22 is fully road legal. You can daily it if you're mad enough, you can cruise to the shops, and then the next day, you can take it to the circuit and obliterate lap times. It's this duality that makes it unique. It's a car that respects tradition but pushes boundaries at the same time. Now, let's chat a bit about price and exclusivity. Donkervoort isn't pumping out thousands of these. Production numbers are small, and each one is basically hand-built. That means if you want one, you've got to get your order in early, and you've got to have deep pockets. We are talking hundreds of thousands of euros, which converted to Aussie dollars is well over $500,000. But then again, this is not a car for everyone. It's not meant to be. It's a rare, special machine built for true enthusiasts, the sort of people who would rather have the purest driving experience than a fancy badge. When you line it up against competitors, it's hard to even place it in a category. Sure, you can compare it to a Lotus or maybe even an Ariel Atom, but the Donkervoort F22 is on its own path. It combines the rawness of those stripped-out cars with the engineering finesse you'd expect from hypercars costing millions. It's lightweight, powerful, agile, and above all, it's got soul. And that's something money can't always buy. So, what's the verdict? The 2025 Donkervoort F22 is not the sort of car you buy for comfort, or for showing off in front of a cafe. This is the car you buy if you love driving. If the sound of an engine screaming, the feel of a car dancing beneath you, and the thrill of pushing to the limit is what gets your blood pumping, then this is your holy grail. It's uncompromising, it's extreme, and it's bloody brilliant. And that just about wraps it up, mates. The Donkervoort F22 is proof that there are still car makers out there willing to go against the grain, willing to build machines for drivers, not for marketing. And for that, we love it. Thanks for watching Power Wheels. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the new Donkervoort F22, smash that like button, subscribe for more car content, and let us know in the comments what you think of this insane machine. Would you take this over a Ferrari or a Lambo? Or do you reckon it's just too hardcore for daily life? Either way, keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel, and we'll catch you next time.